Okay, so in this video, we're going to graph linear equations, and we'll start by looking at this equation format here. We see that this is what is called the slope-intercept form. It is called that because we already have the slope identified for us, and we already have the y-intercept identified for us. So we begin by plotting the y-intercept first. So since it is 4x minus 5, we interpret the y-intercept as negative 5. We go on the y-axis. Remember, the y-axis is the vertical axis. We go down to negative 5 and put a point there. And then we use the slope. The slope of 4 is the same as 4 over 1. We always like to express slope with two numbers, the top one being the rise and the bottom one being the run. So anytime we have a whole number, we put it over 1. And now what we're going to do is from our y-intercept, we're going to move up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 1, and that is our next point on the line. And we can do this multiple times to have more points to connect. So I can use 4 over 1 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 1. And we can keep doing this. And then we can connect these 4 points together, and that would give us our linear equation. Now, we went 4 up and 1 right. We can also change the direction of that and do 4 down and 1 left. Notice I change both directions, not just one direction. If you change only one of the directions, you are changing the slope. You must change both. So if I start at my y-intercept and I go 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the left, we see that that fifth point is still in line with the others, and we can connect them now. We'll take our straight edge, line it up with our points, and draw our linear equation. And that is the graph of the line 4x minus 5. Here we have another equation, y equals 2/3 x plus 1. Again, we want to identify the slope and the y-intercept. This slope is already in fraction form, so we know we have to go 2 up and 3 to the right, or 2 down and 3 to the left from a known point. Our known point is the y-intercept, which is equal to 1. So we go to the y-axis, plot a point at 1, and from there we can go 2 up and 3 to the right, or from our y-intercept we can go 2 down and 3 to the left. And that is the equation of y equals 2/3 x plus 1. Let's look at another equation. Notice here that the slope-intercept form has been rearranged. We should always write it y equals a number multiplying x plus or minus a constant. And in this case, we see that the slope is negative. So slope is negative 2 over 1, which means that it is 2 down and 1 to the right, or 2 up and 1 to the left. So we always write our initial slope moving to the right, and the negative gets applied to up or down. So it's 2 down, 1 to the right. But if we want to write moving in the opposite direction, again, you must change both. We change down to up and right to left. Here, our y-intercept is 3. So we will start at y equals 3 on the y-axis, and we can go 2 down, 1 to the right, or we can go 2 up, 1 to the left. And this is the equation of y equals 3 minus 2x. And just to make a note here, when slope is negative, a line drops from left to right. So we always read our graphs left to right, like we read a book from left to right. Negative slope has a line that goes down from left to right. So we see if we start at the left and we move right, that this line is going down. Let's go back to a previous example. Positive slope has a line that goes up from left to right. So from left to right, we see the line is going up. And here, this is our last example. We need to rearrange the equation to get it into slope-intercept form. So the first thing we want to do is subtract 5 from both sides. This is so that we can get y isolated on one side of the equal sign. Next, we want to divide each of the terms by 2 because that's the coefficient of y, and we want to know what 1y is equal to. So we see that negative 5x divided by 2 gives us negative 5/2 x. That is our slope. Notice it is negative, so the line is going to move down from left to right. And our y-intercept is 4. So we will start on the y-axis at 4. We will go down 5 and right 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, 1, 2 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and 2 over. And we can connect these dots for our linear equation. And this is the graph of 5x plus 2y equals 8. Okay, that's the end of the video. I hope that helps. Send me comments or emails if you have questions.